Yo, what's going on? So, before I start the video, let me introduce myself first. So, my name is Anderson, and I'm a video agency business owner here in Melbourne. So, I came from Indonesia. I came here to Melbourne about 4 years ago, and just earlier this year, I decided to start my video agency or video studio. Um, Long story short, I have been doing this 30-day challenge where I would post one video for 30 days on how I can improve my sales because I'm pretty crap at selling. And then the idea with that challenge or video is to be able to at least do one cold call, lead calling, whatever calling that has to do with closing a client. And then I would just reevaluate my approach and then basically try to better myself each day. So I'm at day 4 on that journey, and I feel like um as a Christian and as a business owner, I feel like I have this urge to speak about Jesus um more to a bigger platform. Um but I feel like I've been dealing with a bit of shame, which will be the topic of today's video, day one's video. So I thought, why not make the same challenge? I can make a 30-day video where I commit to something that's not Jesus related or Christian related. Why can't I make a video on something Jesus related? So yeah, this is day one, and look, I hope this video brings hope or connection or relatability to people around Christian business owners here in Melbourne, and I hope this video blesses you. So I'm gonna make these videos very raw, uncut, um, just doing it right now with my thoughts on my mind. So a bit of context, I make videos as well for my Instagram. So basically, I make content for my Instagram too, and it goes back to it is my personal content, but I don't talk a lot about Jesus because the thing is, one, I feel like if that's my business account, and then if I talk a lot about Jesus, then the account becomes about Jesus, not about me being a videographer or running a business. And second, um, I feel a bit of shame. I'm not gonna lie, and that's what we are gonna talk today about. So shame. I feel like, especially as someone who grew up in Indonesia, where it's a very religious country, where everyone has to have a faith, whether it's Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. But when I moved here to Australia or Melbourne, everything is so westernized. We're in a westernized culture where it's normal for people to not believe in anything or have a faith. Um, and honestly, it somehow becomes a taboo thing to talk about religion these days. And I'm pretty sure it's not just me, but I feel like a lot of people have this guilt or shame when it comes to talking about religion because they don't want to, because it's a touchy slash sensitive topic. And I really felt that a lot in my business and in my work. Um, I really feel a bit of shame when it comes to telling about how I believe in Jesus, or even how I go to church, or even posting videos about my faith with Jesus or being a Christian on my socials. The thing that I'm afraid most of um is that I work with people, and the way I work with people is I have to build rapport or connection with people. And being a Christian or being religious or being faithful or believing in something, it kind of it kind of make it harder to connect to people. It puts an obstacle in between you and this person that you're trying to connect, even though it's not a big obstacle, but it is an obstacle. I believe so. It is an obstacle. And so the Bible verse that sticks to me about this, again, I'm trying to see, right, again, for context, I'm trying to see if I'm doing this for 30 days straight, or even 60 days or 90 days. I want to see what I can become, or what would I get out of this, because there's a saying, when you do something for 30 days straight, it becomes a habit. And I'm trying to build a habit where I want to read the Bible more. I want to be able to become closer with God more. I want to be able to become a better Christian, because right now I'm in a stage where I'm not a good Christian at all by all standards. All right, so I'm gonna pull out my phone because I don't remember the verse. Bear with me. So there's this famous verse, right? Matthew 6:33. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know this verse. This verse says that you have to seek the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then God will add all these things to you. I really believe that. I hold that verse closely to me, but at the same time, I feel like it's, again, hard to again, this is what it's called faith. You have to believe in something. But for me, it's hard because I see it in my own eyes first, that if you talk about Jesus, if you talk about your religion a lot, then it's gonna throw people off. And then, in my perspective, right, in my maybe non-Christian perspective, how can I get clients, how can I lock in leads when people are already thrown away by my content or the things that I stand for? If I see a criminal on a YouTube video making on an Instagram making an Instagram video about how he robs people, then how can I how no, let's say this that's a bad example. This is a better example. If I see a videographer on his Instagram page posting his video works that is completely ugly, how do I even get in contact with him, or do I even want to hire him as a videographer? If that makes sense. So that's the thing I have been struggling with. I guess, again, this is very raw. The video is gonna be completely raw. I don't have a script. I don't have a structure. So I guess in these videos, right, I want to be able to, one, point out a problem that I'm facing in the day or in the week or the past few months, days that have been feeling. And then two, I want to relate it to a Bible verse. And then three, maybe I want to have like a re-evaluation of what I should do next. So with this problem right now, I think one of the things that I'm doing to resolve this issue is I want to be able to post these YouTube videos on YouTube, even though it's with my $50 webcam. I'm sitting here on my couch. No professional camera going on, because I want this to be very raw, where people can just listen and then maybe relate and connect to the issue. So in terms of what should I do, or the next step to dealing with this issue, is honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. And I feel like oftentimes we don't have the answer in front of our eyes. Oftentimes the answer is gonna be provided to us in a way that we don't expect. So at this point, I'm not gonna make something up like, oh, I'm gonna start another Instagram page. I've thought about that, right? But at the end of the day, if I'm not taking the action, if I can't commit to that, then what's the point of just saying this? But yeah, steps that I can take right now, honestly, I'm not sure. But yeah, there is one issue that I have been dealing with. It's shame of being a Christian. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. I have a lot of topics or ideas to talk about, because I feel like I've gone through quite some ups and downs of being a Christian. I want to show the good and also the bad. of being a Christian. And I hope by the end of this 30-day challenge, or 60 days, or 90 days, or even until the end of the year, I don't even know, maybe I could get something out of this. I could become closer to God. I could read the Bible more often. And I hopefully would not be ashamed of being a Christian, and be able to share my thoughts and ideas and bless people with my content. So, we'll see you guys in the second video, and peace out.